Ahoy hoy YouTube dudes and dudettes, how is everything going? This is Toss the Sprue number 37. We're going to do a wrap up of Kingston Modelrama, a mail update and upcoming shows. So let's start. Last weekend, May 5th, pardon me, went down to the Kingston Modelrama, which is they decided to do as NNL type event, so not a whole bunch of judge categories. It'll just be people's choice. I drove to Toronto, and then my friend Bill Allen drove from there. He got to ride in his new vehicle, which was cool. And it's nice to be in the passenger seat and be able to look around, but unfortunately I'm too much of a driver, so even when somebody else is driving, I'm still, blinders on, I'm still driving. Sort of. I'm not putting on the brakes or stuff like that like nervous people do, but I'm still watching the mirrors, and so every so often I think, oh yeah, I'm not driving, I can look around, but it usually never lasts long. I'm back to driving. Anyway, we had a good trip down there. It was a beautiful day. We got to meet Steve Minion from Minion's Model Works, or Minion's Model Shop. I always get it wrong. Sorry, Steve, but we got to hang out with Steve there. We also got to hang out with John Dezan from the Model Car Podcast somewhat, as well as our friend Ken, who went to New Jersey with us. He was the announcer for the day, as well as manning his own booth. I thought he did a great job of that. There was some really nice stuff on the tables, if you've seen Steve's video already. And I will be producing probably a couple of videos, just so it's not too long, of the pictures I've taken, so you'll get to see that. It was a good day. We had a good time. Steve went out to lunch with us, so there was 3 of us to lunch, and that was fun. Yeah, it was a good day. I picked up a couple things which I should have had ready, so sorry. And I'll also mention that I'm doing this video on my camcorder because I'm getting fed up of my webcam. When I move or I put something in my face, of the webcam freaking out. So we're trying this on the camcorder, so we'll see how it works out. Anyway, back to the show. I picked up 2 kits from Ken, which is this VW Beetle Cabriolet, a 1970, and its replacement, which was the VW Golf Cabriolet. Managed to get them for a pretty good price, and I also happened to get from, they came from my friend Ken, and he was selling a few kits from a dealer from Ottawa. So I picked up the new Revell 4 GT, the race version there. So I picked up one of those as well. I don't happen to have it here with me right now. And so that's Kingston for you. Now, when I did my coverage of NNL East, well, hold that. I did get something else from Kingston. They had a silent auction, where they have a bunch of stuff and then you just mark your name in and the price you're willing to pay for it. I happened to win this book, which is really cool. It's from the author of all the Pneumophile books and the Oregon books. He has a number series with that he's written himself, plus with other authors. But it reminds me that there's somebody I forgot to mention in my NNL East coverage, and that would be Dirk Pitt. Sorry, Dirk. I had notes here with everybody's name that I could remember, and that's why we all tend to not want to say who we met at shows, because we're afraid of forgetting somebody. I had Dirk's name on the list, and I can't even read my own list, apparently, because I still managed to miss Dirk. Sorry about that, Dirk. It was good to see it in NL East, and your friend, and of course, I forgot your friend's name before 5 minutes had passed. I sincerely apologize. It was great to see you there. Sorry we didn't get to chat longer, but it's such a busy day. That's the way it is. But anyway, sorry for missing you, Dirk. Mail call. I got shop card that I forgot to mention the last time. I didn't toss the sprue, and I didn't do the mail call. Again, totally forgot. Anyway, thank you, Daniel. I got the Modeling Munchkin Man's shop card here. That's great, and I think he was concerned I didn't get it because he sent me another one. I apologize that you had to do that because I forgot to mention it, but now I have two of them, and that's very cool. So thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you hanging in there with me and sending me another one because I'm a doughhead that forgets stuff. Okay, now I'm going to check my list this time. So, Kingston purchases, book, Dirk Pitt, shop cards. Okay, so that leaves upcoming shows. Things generally slow down for the summer, so we're going to have a bit of a spread here. And of course, this is not comprehensive whatsoever. It's just stuff that I've managed to pick up flyers for or whatever else. Just before we get into the events, I have the flyer from the Model Car Podcast, modelcar.show. It's a great show that John and his friend put on. There again, notes I should have written. I've forgotten his name, but go check out the Model Car Podcast. The ones with Pat Redmond, where Pat Redmond's a guest, are great. He's a great personality and gives out good information, and the information that the guys doing the Model Car Podcast through all of them is quite good. So go check them out. Next big show for us here in Ontario is the Torcan Model Car Show on Saturday, May 25th. The theme is Bent, Broken, and Wounded, and it is at Century Gardens Recreation Center, 340 Vauden Street East, Brampton. So there's the flyer there. They have tons of categories. It takes up the whole back page, but it's an IPMS style event. So, I say it's a great show. It's lots of vendors. There's lots of great builds on the tables usually. Really, it's second only to Heritage Con in Hamilton as far as quality and quantity of models on the table. So it's really worth your while if you live in Ontario or the northern states that border Ontario to come check that out. I really think it'd be worth your while. And then from there, I'm jumping into September. So we got this at NNL East. It's the advertising for the Diversified Scalers Show on September 28th at 1 Pal Drive, the same place where NNL East is held. Their themes this year is Lowrider, which is their main theme, and their sub-theme is Eurofest. So I would go check them out. They have 12 award classes: factory stock, tuners, street machine, drag, competition, non-drag, semi, hot rods, customs, miscellaneous, juniors, and low riders in Eurofest. Which Eurofest is any European car, 124th and 125th scale. So VW, Porsche, BMW, Mercedes, Audi, Ferrari, Lamborghini, etc., etc. So that's one to check out. I wish I was closer to check it out, because George and the Ramos and the boys, I'm sure, put on a good show, because they sure had a great display at NNL East. The next show is the same day, September 28, 2019, but that's in Toronto. It's the Group 25 Toronto Model Car Contest and Hobby Flea Market, September 28, 2019, at Franklin Horner Community Center, 432 Horner Avenue, Etobicoke. Contest theme is names with numbers like Dodge L700, Camaro Z28, the Ecto 1A, the 300B. You guys get the idea. So there's the flyer for that one. Moving into October is the NNL Nationals number 40. That doesn't sound good. I should cut that out, but I'm stupid enough to leave it in. NNL Nationals number 40, the final homecoming. This is the final NNL Nationals in Toledo. So if you have a chance, I would say try to get there. If you ever hope to get there, it's held at the Sylvania Exhibition Center at Tam O'Shanter, 7060 Sylvania Avenue, Sylvania, Ohio. It's Saturday, October 12th. It goes from 10 a.m. to 4. There's also a toy show there at the same time. That's a separate admission. So you actually pay 2 admissions for this show. One for the NNL and one if you want to go check out the toy show. The theme is everything they've ever had. Pony cars, junk in the trunk, demolition derby, a day at the races, shoot and build, keep on trucking, straight line racing. You can check out what you can on Google NNL Nationals and check their themes through the years, but pretty much any model you've ever built will fit in with one of the themes somehow. It's the last one, and I would suggest if you can, checking it out. I have to admit personally I'm torn because I've really come to enjoy the Detroit NNL, the Motor City NNL in November. But with this being the last NNL Nationals and the fact that they were the first event that I ever went to across the border, I think I still have the old Mustang t-shirt from 1994 from when I first attended that show. It's very thin by now, obviously, because that's 25 years. Holy bleeping. I just did the math, obviously. Anyway, I'd suggest checking it out if you could. It's probably worth it. If I was closer to the border, I'd be doing both shows, but like I say, right now I'm torn because it's at least one night staying over. So don't know, but I'm very, very tempted on that one. Coming up again in October is the Ottawa Scale Auto Contest. It's Sunday, October 27, 2019. It's a new venue at 2100 Walkley Road, Ottawa, Ontario. It's, I think, a military installation, but don't hold me to that. It's also going to be sort of like an NNL event. There's no judging. It's everybody participating chooses the best of the best. This year's theme is the summer of 1969, and in this case they're actually going with any vehicle 1969 model year, as opposed to NNL East where it was kind of anything that happened in the summer 69. Didn't have to be a 69 model year. Anyway, that's their theme. There will be a special judge class for maulers who crave a little competition. I guess they're just having like one class. If you want to be judged, you stick your thing in that. They also, despite it being a model car contest, they are also allowing in military, aircraft, boat, ship, Gundam, figure, or figures. So historical figures or fantasy figures. I don't know, I should have checked. There's no Star Trek or sci-fi in there, but anyway. Go check it out. I know I was there a couple of years ago. It was a good show. It grew last year, and now they've moved to another venue so it can grow again. So hopefully that means they're doing well. Come up and visit Steve Minion, because that's his neck of the woods, his stomping grounds. And it'd probably be a good time. And the last flyer I have is the Fulton Model Car and Truck Show, November 24th, 2019. I know that some of the guys from Kingston, Ottawa, from Eastern Ontario head down to this one. It's at the Volney Fire Department Barn in Fulton, New York. It's a model car and truck contest, a separate NNL style model display area, model vendors, so it's probably worth checking that out. Don't know if you can look it up online. There's a number of classes and special awards. So, or you could, I'm sure you can find contact information on the web somewhere. So that's it. That's the toss of sprue for now. According to my little list, I've covered everything. I probably still missed stuff, but that's where we are. I'm going to be editing this video. Hopefully it turns out using the camcorder, and then I'll be editing the pictures to have picture shows from the Kingston show. And at some point I'll also have a picture show showing up from Heritage Con, because I never did do that. I took pictures, but I never did do a video for that. So over the next little while you'll see this stuff cropping up on the channel, and in the meantime, as some of that's happening, I've got to go back and respond to all of you from the NNL East videos, because I just haven't. I'm busy with yard work and being lazy and numerous other things like that, but we'll get in there, and thank you all for watching, and thank you all for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.